Hari Raya, hari yang mulia, penuh bererti kepada kita.
Tua, muda, miskin dan kaya, penyambutnya dengan gembira.
Berhati-hati di jalan raya, semoga anda selamat tiba. Kunjungi teman, sanak, saudara, bersama gembira di hari raya.
Salah dan silap tidak ada, bermaafan sesama kita. Ucapan selamat hari raya dari proton untuk semua.
Ucapan selamat hari raya dari proton untuk semua.
Saga to Iris. Vroom! Assalamualaikum.
Hello.
Presented by Ainun, Raihan, Syuhada, Syazwani, Hanisa, Norihan and Nizati. Here the chairman and CEO of the Proton Corporation. Tell me about the history. Well, let me start with first era. In 1979, the chairman motored the idea of establishing an automotive assembling and manufacturing industry in our country. For the second era, Proton was officially incorporated in 1983, and in July 1985, the first model, Proton Saga, was commercially launched. The third era, over 50,000 units had been produced and sold in Bangladesh, Brunei, New Zealand, Malta, United Kingdom and Sri Lanka. Let's move to fourth era. In 1988, Proton has debuted at the British International Motor Show. In 1996, it acquired a controlling stake in Group Lotus. Next, for the fifth, in 2000, Proton unveiled prototype Campro engine at the Lotus factory. In 2004, first model to incorporate the Campro engine was Gen 2. The sixth era, in 2008, Proton launched the latest iteration of logo in conjunction with the rollout of their 3 million car. And in 2009, Proton Edas Sinar Berhad and Edaran Automobile Nasional Berhad entered into a new master dealership agreement. Then, in the seventh era, Proton further cemented its success with the introduction of its first MPV, that is Proton Exora, in 2009. It is widely accepted domestically, and in 2012, Proton introduced the turbo variant of the Campro engine. For the last era, from a government-linked company, the national car maker is now a private entity following its takeover by DRB Haicom Berhad.
As we could feel right now, some of you had traveled somewhere else. So, to our passengers, please open your eyes and remain seated. Now, we are going to land on Proton current outlook.
I heard that the market share of Proton has declined.
Yeah, that's right. As we can see right now, the market share for Proton in 2009 was 27.6%, while 2010 26%, in 2011 26.4%, while 2012 22.5%, in 2013 21.2%, while 2014 17.4%.
So girls, do you know what types of car that had been produced by Proton? I'm sure that all of you know already about the Proton's car.
What happened with the demand of Proton's car? Let me tell you. First, the government's policy of promoting foreign cars. Second, consumer more prefer for foreign cars. And lastly, consumer demand for cheaper vehicles.
Amira Hazahari, which company that you think has been collaborated with Proton, latest and future? Never mind, the latest collaboration are with Honda Motor Company and Mitsubishi Motor Corporation. And for future collaboration, the chairman of Proton negotiate with several Japanese car manufacturers. Although this is a boring presentation, but remember, nothing useless in this world. Shut up! Let's move to the proton's performance. As you can see right here, the operating revenue, the shareholders' equity, the net asset per share, the total borrowing, and the gross gearing ratio show an increment, while the profit before tax, earning per share, and total asset had declined. Together with this, I include a graph for each financial highlight.
Okay, now let's discuss about SWOT analysis of proton. There are two strengths of proton. The first one is proton is a competitive price product. Proton offered the cars available for the lower income. Second is proton had good corporate governance. Proton greatly regarded by many Malaysians as the national car maker. For the weakness of proton, the first one is proton has poor product performance and functionality. Due to short history in car making, Proton come out with low quality products. Proton also failed to cooperate with the foreign partner. Proton was no longer a competitive with current market situation.
Next are opportunities. Through R&D, there is more innovative product could be invented to ensure Proton as the brand name remains in the industry. Proton also can collaborate within industry players. This can advance the technology new target market or new distribution places.
Last, for the threat, first is threat from its competitor. One of the competitor is Produa as the Malaysian second national car maker. Next, during the economic downturn and inflation, the number of sales will decrease and it will cause the companies face the financial problem and manufacturing.
Now, let's identify the problems that Proton face. First problem is lack of expertise and technology advancement. This may cause Proton less competitive with other cars manufacturers. Second problem is low quality of material use. With so many customers complaining about premature failure of certain parts. For example, power window defects were reported for decades and it wasn't solved. Okay, now let us move to the third problem, that is low economies of scale and export. Proton will never be able to obtain optimum cost advantage if it relies fully on the domestic market. The next problem is foreign competition. Proton suffers high attrition losses because of the fight between the bigger players like Hyundai, Peugeot and Ford, which do not even consider Proton as their competitor. For the last, Proton face poor public perception. We can observe that there is a negative perception from public, such as Proton start with less than satisfactory quality and even worse after sales service.
Oh no, so many problems faced by Proton. Do you have any idea to solve them?
Relax girls, every problem have its own solution. In my opinion, Proton should build compelling high-quality cars and trucks for customers. For example, make them believe Proton can offer the best products for them. Next, Proton should work with business partners to restructure the business and coordinate its supply chain. The efficiency supply chain will help Proton to enhance its market share. Besides that, Proton should reducing the fuel consumption and emissions by bring advanced technology vehicles to market. Proton need to change its strategy to bring hybrid cars to against its competitors. Another way is Proton need to improve the design of its body frame. Proton need to invest in research and development to seriously study the change of materials to fulfill the customer satisfaction. Last but not least, it must focus on service excellence. It is encouraging to see Proton has been strengthening their customer touchpoints especially in creating a more friendly approach towards customer care. Girls!
I want to buy a car, but GST just around the corner. Does GST affect the price of the car?
Of course, the Malaysian Automotive Association expect the implementation of GST will lead to 1% to 3% drop in new car price. From the figure, as you can see, at present, all new cars are subject to a 10% sales tax. But starting this 1st April, the sales tax will be abolished and a GST of 6% will take place on a tax paid on the value added to a product or services.
What happened to Proton car after the implementation of GST?
New car sales are expected to increase by 3.15% for 2015.
The high back order from the mass market vehicle model, which is Proton Iris, are likely to support vehicle sales growth effect from drop in car price. On the implementation of the GST, car company may have to deal with some potential buyers that will take a wait and see attitude to buy.
Okay, that's all from us. Goodbye. Bye.